All right, so our last one for this recording session is I can calculate probability as a fraction of a sample space or as a fraction of area. So calculate is finding that and doing the fraction, decimal, and percent that you've done before. Probability is the chance of an event. Fraction, numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator. Sample space is the types of number of options or outcomes that happen or could happen. Or as a fraction of area, area is like a rectangle, the area is the space inside of it. So thinking about that, remember to pause, make sure your handwriting is legible, and let's get a going. All right, table of contents, which I had not added yet. Okay, so we are on sample, space, and area. Again, remember this is and, sample, space, and area, and this is page 13. All right, moving on to 13. Again, I've already pre-written some of it. Today's are pretty quick. Here is our learning target. And then we're just splitting the whole page into fourths. We have 4 examples, and that's it. So pretty quick. All right, so for the first one, draw a circle. We're going to divide it in half and label this side 2. Divide this in half, label this side 1. Divide this in half and label this a 1 and a 3. Okay, knowing this is our circle, I want, what's the chance that we can spin a 1, or yeah, spin a 1. Okay, so looking at this, we're just going to discuss. Okay, this 2 is half. So I know that this is going to be 2 is a half. This 1 right here is half of a half, which is a quarter. So this is another quarter. But then what's half of a quarter? An eighth, and this 3 is also an eighth. So now for the chance to spin a 1, I have to add a quarter and an eighth. All right, but in order to add these, they have to look the same. So notice that 1/4 is the same as how many eighths? 2 of them. All right, so we're going to write 2/8 plus 1/8. And now that they look the same, I have both over 8. What is 2 plus 1? 3. So 3/8 is my fraction. That's the chance of spinning a 1. And that would be also 0.38 or 38%. Those would be my decimal and percent values. All right, scooching this up again. There we go. What if I had instead, I'll change color. What if instead I had said probability of not a 3? So I could spin anything but not 3. So 3 is 1/8. How many eighths is this total circle? If you count them out, if I went and drew out every single eighth possible, how many would you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total. Out of these 8, how many are not 3? 7 of them, because a 3 is only one of them. So 7/8 it is, and 7/8 is 0.88 or 88%. Okay. Last oh, that's it. That was it. Number 1, done. Woohoo! Awesome. Okay, on to example 2. So for this one, draw a nice big rectangle, preferably a little straighter than that. Halfway through, then we're going to divide this side in half this way and label it a 1. Divide that in half and have a 1 and a 2. divide this side in half and call this 3, divide it in half this way and call this a 4, divide it in half this way, and this is a 5 and that's a 1. I'll outline it. A 5 and a 1. Okay. I'll overdo all of them. Why not? Make them look the same. Okay. So looking at this, sure we'll use blue. I want two things. Probability of landing on a 5 and a 1. Probability of landing on a 5 or 1. Pause the video if you want to try it on your own. Okay, so 5 and 1. Is there anywhere on here that I can land on a 5 and a 1 at the same time? Or is this, that's not very clear. Okay, I am going, for the sake of clarity, I'm going to add, this is only one choice. And this is also only one choice. So this was one choice. So I have one spin. What's the chance that one spin lands on a 1? What's the chance that one spin lands on a not 3? So on here, if I blindly pick a point, okay, what's the chance that this one choice lands on a 5 and a 1? Is there any space in here that is a 5 and a 1? No, this would be 0. As a fraction, it's 0. As a decimal, it's 0. As a percent, it's 0. There is no space that is a 5 and a 1. If we were given two choices, then I would multiply. So if it was two choices, I would then take the chance that it's a 5, okay? So pause here, think about what's the chance that you hit this 5, okay? So this is all 50% or half. This is 25%. This is half of 25. And then it's a half again. So it's a quarter of 25. So it's a quarter of 25. Well, quarter of a quarter. Quarter of a quarter. That's the chance of a 5. The chance of a 1, I would then multiply that because it's a compound. Chance of a 1 would be 50, so it would be a quarter times an eighth. And then this one is a quarter of a quarter again. So it's a quarter of a quarter. So if I was given two choices, this is what I would have to multiply, and this would be ridiculous to multiply, and it would be then 4 times 4 is 16, times another 16 is 256. 256 times 32. 256 times 32 is 1 out of 8,192. I really doubt that's what they wanted. So, for the sake of clarity, we are saying you have one choice to blindly pick a spot on this rectangle. On the rectangle. On the rectangle. There we go. Is there one spot that would hit a 5 and a 1? Nada. Okay? What if I wanted to hit a 5 or a 1? So what's the chance that I hit a 5 or I hit a 1? Okay? So then I'm going to be taking the chances of a 5 and adding to it the chance of a 1. So think about what fractions will get you to this 5. Okay? So remember, this is half, this is a quarter, this is an eighth, so this is a 16th. So the chance of a 5 is 1/16. The chance of a 1 has multiple options. So the first option, remember this is a half, this is a quarter, so the first option is a quarter. The next option, instead of being a quarter, it's an eighth. And then on this one, this eighth is then split into 2, so it's a 16th. 1 divided by 16. Okay. I'm going to go down a little bit. So this is 1/16 plus 4/16 plus 2/16 plus 1/16. So one way to think about this is then, slicing it all up. Okay, so 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So it's going to be 8/16. Simplify that and I get a half or 0.5 or 50%. Whew, that was a long one. Okay, so there's no spot that has a 5 and a 1. When it's or, you add. When it's or, you add. When it's or, you add. When it's an or, you add. Okay? If the and is possible and we had 2 choices, we would multiply. But because it's just one choice, it's going to be 0. All right. To 3. So for this one, and we're going to use this same one on 4. So for 3, I want you to draw this and shade the inside. For 4, draw the same thing, but we're going to shade the middle piece, like the outside. Okay? So drawing those, and we're going to label them. So this distance is going to be 1.5 feet. This distance will be 1 foot. This whole distance will be 3 feet, and then 2 feet for this whole height. Same numbers on number 4. So this is 1.5 feet. This is 1 foot. This is 3 feet. This is 2 feet. Okay. As you can see with the shading, we're finding 2 different things on number 3 and number 4. So on 3, I want to find the probability of the shaded region. Okay? So I need to find the part out of the whole. The part is the shaded, the whole is the big rectangle. So I want the area of the shaded divided by the area of the whole. Capital A stands for area. So area of the shaded is 1.5 times 1. What's 1.5 times 1? 1.5. Okay. And then area of the whole. What's 3 times 2? 6. All right. Use your calculators. What is 1.5 divided by 6? I think it's 1/4. 1.5 divided by 6. I was right. So this is 1/4. Again, 0.25 or 25%. Those are our 3 answers. On 4, we're actually going to be sneaky. Sneaky. Probability of not shaded. And I did get this straight from the slides of the notes that Miss Elsner and Miss Saylor are using. So, probability of not shaded. But hey, that means I want the area of the not shaded divided by the area of the whole. And would you look at that? That area will also be 1.5 divided by 6, which then gets us the same exact answers of 1/4, 0.25, and 25%. Booyah! Awesome. Okay, we're done. Ask me questions. We will clarify this in class if you have any. Please ask me. Have a great day, and here's our after the video reflection, and bye.